And hello, and welcome to another edition of An Idiot's Guide to Identifying Iron Cross 2s. And in this edition, we will be talking about the parts of an Iron Cross second class. But before we go ahead, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Keep sharing the knowledge, keep sharing the information as our hobby continues to grow. So you have your Iron Cross, you're happy, you made a great purchase, it was a great price. Now you want to find out more about it. Okay, you might even know who the maker is. So you go into a forum, you go in a Facebook group, talk to fellow group members about it. And then they start throwing out terms about the different parts of the Iron Cross. And you're like, what are they talking about? What part of the cross are they talking about? You'd like to ask about a certain part, but you don't know what it's called. And in gratitude for your support, I've come up with a short video with the names that I use in describing the parts of an Iron Cross. So, we'll start with the first part of an Iron Cross. It's what collectors normally call the obverse, or in simple layman's terms, the front. You will know it's the front because it's made up of the date on the lower arm and the symbol in the middle of the cross. The opposite of the obverse is the reverse, or the back of the Iron Cross. You will know it's the back of the Iron Cross because it's made up of only the date on the lower arm of the cross. The important parts of an Iron Cross. This is made up of the frame, the core, the jump ring, and the ribbon ring. And the first part of all the parts of the Iron Cross is the frame. The frame holds the core of the Iron Cross and is made up of several parts. And of course, the frame is made up of two parts. One part for the front and one part for the back, which, when put together, holds the core of the Iron Cross. The frame is made up of several parts. And the first part of the frame we will talk about is either called the flange, or what I like to call the rim. To make it easy, in layman's terms, I'll call it the rim. So the rim is that part of the Iron Cross which goes around the entire cross itself. It's that flat edge that sits below the beads. And what, you ask, are the beads? The beads is what this arrow is pointing to. This sits above the rim and goes all around the Iron Cross, as seen in the cross to your right. Everything that is not marked in red in the picture to your right is called the beads, or as some people call it, the ribs. And another important part of the Iron Cross is the inner corner. A lot of makers have different ways in which they try to solve the challenge of making that inner corner look nice. Suval has a different one as opposed to the Junkers, or as opposed to Godet. If there's an inner corner, there's an outer corner, and the outer corner is what this arrow is showing. This is the outer corner of the beads, or where the beads intersect on the outer part of the arm. And of course, if there's an outer corner for the beads, there's an outer corner for the rim. And no one really has a name for it, so what we normally just call it, again, for simple layman's English, we just call it the rim corner, or the corner of the rim. Here is another famous part of a frame, which is called the lug. The lug is that small part which comes above the top of the rim, and that is where usually a jump ring is attached to for some makers, not all. The lug comes in different sizes. There's a full lug like is seen here, there's half a lug, which is obviously half the size of this one, and there's a quarter lug, or there's a barely visible lug, but that's basically where the jump ring is normally attached to. So now that we've done the parts of the frame, we'll go on to the jump ring. The jump ring is that little ring that is attached to the frame of the Iron Cross. It's either attached to the lug or the rim of the Iron Cross. And what is attached to the jump ring? The ribbon ring, or just simply the ring. The ring simply holds the ribbon of the Iron Cross second class. And the last but not the least important part of the Iron Cross is the core. As you can see in the picture to your right, the core is that black area that is inside the frame. It's that black part that holds the dates and the symbol in the front and just the dates on the back. Again, the core. And you're like, Chris, you've been talking about the arms. What are the arms? Okay, the arms, as you can see by those arrows, are the arms of the cross which goes upwards and downward. To avoid confusion, we called it the 3 o'clock arm, the 6 o'clock arm, the 9 o'clock arm, and the 12 o'clock arm. Just like the face of a clock. And another less discussed part of an Iron Cross, and again, this is just me simplifying things, is a part that I'd like to call the neck. It's just right there, it's close to the center. It's that thin part of the Iron Cross. And there you have it. This is just basic information, guys. I know there are a lot of non-English speaking collectors out there as well, and there are a lot of English speaking collectors out there, but due to maybe the lack of something standardized, my group of friends decided to simplify the terms in which we call the parts of an Iron Cross. So again, get yourself familiar with it and all the other parts, makes your discussion about the Iron Cross 2 a little bit more simple to understand and to follow. And there you go. We hope you had a great time and we hope you learned something from this short video. We're just trying to say everything in layman's English. Alright guys, this is Chris Kreutz, thanking everyone for your support, your subscriptions, your like, your share, and thanking you for your time you spent here. I hope you learned something. Please continue to share the contents of this channel and let us help grow the hobby. Until next time, we'll see you again. Bye.